Its offense, honestly, has been all right. I mean, it's big ball. It's 37 in the league, 37 home runs, second in the league. 232, not good.
Well,
RSIP, 202, not good. 206.
Can the home runs carry us? That's the question.
No.
Well, that's all they got. It's amazing how they got this. They're hitting home runs, but their offense overall is terrible. They're second in home runs. They're 12th in average, 14th with runners in scoring position.
Right. That's the number.
This is almost like Jim Bowden.
But with runs, the runs are the number that really matters. It's like points in football. The runs are, and they're 9th in the National League, which is still below average.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I mean, when they built that ballpark, they built it to be a home run ballpark, and then they started drafting guys and cultivating guys that hit home runs. They had Adam Dunn, Austin Kearns, Aaron Boone. Now they got Jay Bruce. It's like you don't win that way.
Yeah.
I don't care how many games you play in a park. You don't win that way.
Yeah, a lot of times home runs are off the pitcher's mistakes, and you can't rely on that. Especially you get to playoff baseball time when you're facing Clayton Kershaw. You can't rely on Clayton Kershaw making a mistake. So one of the things that's interesting as I started to delve into the numbers, so they have 37 home runs. They're last in the National League in doubles. They have 25 doubles. The next closest team to them is the Phillies that has 34, and then above the Phillies, the team is the Giants, and they have 40. So you're talking about 15 doubles between them and the two teams ahead of them. So they're not hitting doubles at all, but they are hitting home runs. So you have to wonder, are they just getting a bunch of homers that just scrape over the wall, or what's going on here?
And
because
they're hitting them on the road. People think that the Reds hit home runs because they got a great American ballpark, but they have the most road home runs of any team in the National League this year.
How many home runs did the Cardinals have?
I thought I was the only guy that couldn't get to second base. Bruce, try the deal. No, but Brandon Phillips, what does he have? He has like one extra base hit?
Yeah.
I think that's what he's got. One extra base hit.
And it feels like they're caught between like playing small ball and then hitting home run. They got these guys like Cozart, you got guys like, Hamilton and things like that you want to get on base, move them around, but it's just not happening.
I don't think they're playing small ball at all.
Well, it's like they have the players for that, and then I don't know. It's tricky when you start thinking about that.
Well, and lost in the fact that they won yesterday was the fact that they started the game. You're facing Garrett Cole, who coming in was the National League Pitcher of the Week. So you would think runs are at a premium. You get Hamilton and Bird on second and third with nobody out, and you can't score a run.
Yeah.
I mean, that's scary. And if they lose that game, everyone will be pointing at that, and not the Votto ejection, not the league outing.
Right.
But I mean, you get second and third with the meteor lineup coming up and nobody out, and you can't get a run home. That's not good.
You think Frazier will ever be able to do anything? Will he continue to hit home runs, or will he ever get his average up? I mean, he's leading the league in home runs. He's batting .228. That's like Dave Kingman or something.
Yeah, it's like Adam Dunn. The other guy in right field is basically the same way. Only he's hitting about 30 points slower than Frazier. So it's like I don't know. I mean, it's just. There's too many guys, I think, on this team that approach the game and approach at bats the same way, and it's been that way for a long time. But I think it's an epidemic inside the organization. I think they bring guys in there, and they cultivate them to be home run hitters because they know they play 81 games in a bandbox, and for that matter, they play in a bandbox on the road in Chicago and a bandbox on the road in Pittsburgh. So I'm sure that's part of the thinking when they get these guys. Yeah, well, if they only hit 240, so what? Well, let's see if they can hit 25 home runs. I think it's flawed.
Well, I think it must be the way they draft and select people. They're just not getting a lot of really good patient hitters. I mean, Votto is incredibly patient. He is by far the exception. But they have taken steps. When they brought in like Shin-Soo Choo, he was a super patient hitter, really works counts, and that worked. But you couldn't afford him, and I think we're all thankful that they didn't sign him to the long-term deal Texas signed him to. But I think that's one of the things that really gives me pause about this team is that they have so many guys that sort of fit the same mold, and that's sort of the core of their team is Cozart and Frazier and Mesoraco, and they're not guys who work counts. They're aggressive guys who strike out a lot. And so how are you going to fix that problem when all those guys, and their track records are there. It's not like all of a sudden they're going to come into the next season and be like, you know what, I think I'm going to take an extra 50 or 60 walks this year and get my on-base percentage up to 400. That's not going to happen.